The four fatal flaws, well, what causes them would get into a lot of stuff, but the first one is bad breath support. You've got to have enough breath, a solid column of air to support your speaking. Next is, what is the articulation, right? It's problems with articulation, the forming of the words. They all need to be very crisp. Then is wretched resonance. Resonance is how we make our voices sound, by the way we hold our mouths when we're speaking. The big problem is people are smiling, have big wide lip opening, and that makes them sound sort of like this. If you lose that, go with a small lip opening instead, your voice sounds like this. See the difference? So you need a big mouth opening back here, throat very relaxed, small lip opening, big oral cavity in order to get the sweetest, richest tones out of your voice. You also want to be working at the lower end of your pitch range, not up here in the high part, but down in the low part, because about a quarter of the way up from the bottom is the sweet spot where your voice sounds the best. And then the last of the fatal flaws goes to poor stress and intonation, and that means that when you're talking, you don't sound like you're conversing with me. Number one thing news directors are looking for, and people in the audience, is someone who sounds like and looks like you're just talking to me, and you sound and look like you know what you're talking about. Conversational and credible. So in a tiny nutshell, that's what I was saying.
So as a former news director, what tips do you have for job applicants when they're applying for jobs and when it comes to their voicing?
When it comes to your voicing, you need to write the copy well, first of all. Active voice, short sentences, short words, conversational, so it will sound conversational. Whatever your absolute best story is, that needs to be the first thing that you put on your reel, because it's going to form the first impression, and news directors will form their first impression of you in 7 seconds. Doesn't sound like much time, but that's how long it takes for us to make our first impression on somebody. The other dirty little secret I'll share with you is the first thing they're actually looking for is a reason not to hire you. It's nothing personal, it's just that there are probably more than 100 other people that you're competing against for any job that you might get, and the news directors are first looking to cull the stack and get rid of the people who are not good. What happens is, usually within the first 20 applicants they screen, they find a finalist, somebody who's really good. And then the question becomes, is this person as good as or better than the best I've seen so far? And if the answer is yes, they're going to stay with you, and you're going to be a finalist. If the answer is no, you're gone, and that could happen as fast as 7 seconds once they've found somebody who's really good. That's why your very best stuff needs to be up top.